Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we will discuss community engagement for sustainable organizations. My name is Yasemin Kural, and I'm working as a researcher for behavior change for sustainable living. Today, we'll explore what community engagement means, why it matters, and how organizations can do it meaningfully. Individually, we are one drop. Together, we're an ocean. Community engagement for sustainability is about impact, and we have real impact when we all act together. Organizations like TU Delft have ambitious sustainability goals, where we want to make impact. However, sustainability is not just about emissions or materials, it's about people. Without engaging the people who turn on the heating, order the burgers, fly frequently, or are simply left out, we cannot achieve our goals or expect them to be socially just. Community engagement is a vital component of building sustainable organizations. It is the way to get the social dimension of ESG. What is community engagement for sustainability? It refers to the process of bringing together a group of people with common interests who share values and environment by involving them in decisions, actions, and dialogue around shared sustainability goals. Who is the community? In TU Delft, our community consists of our employees and students. At times, it's also enriched by some of our external partners. However, for you, the community can include people from inside and outside the organization, such as employees, citizens, local government, NGOs, and businesses. Communities are made up of people, but remember, they have different needs, motivations, and barriers. Identifying the different audiences is the first step in meaningful engagement. Using tools like actor mapping, stakeholder analysis, and social network analysis can help you understand who to involve and how. Why does community engagement matter? According to community engagement theory, belief that personal actions matter drives collective action, which links to Bandura's self-efficacy theory and Putnam's social capital theory. Additionally, when communities see their needs met by organizations, it builds trust and readiness for change, which ties to Arnstein's ladder of participation and collaborative governance theory from Ansel and Gash. Why does community engagement matter? In more tangible terms, because it builds trust, legitimacy, and long-term resilience. It encourages buy-in and ownership. It gives a sense of belonging and better well-being. It drives innovation, it improves outcomes, it creates sizable, long-lasting impact. In TU Delft, by educating and engaging our future generations, we pave the way for society to see, learn, and adopt for sustainable living. However, not all engagement is equal. The International Association for Public Participation has developed a spectrum that defines 5 levels of engagement: inform, consult, involve, collaborate, and empower. At the inform level, organizations simply provide information, while at the empower level, which is the deepest engagement level, the decision-making power is handed over. It supports true self-determination for participants. In empowerment, you should invest in strengths and potentials of your community. Each engagement level increases the impact, though requires more effort. In TU Delft, for real and sustaining impact in our large organization, we are focusing on the empowering level. Effective community engagement is about being transparent and building trust, open goals, decisions, and outcomes. It requires shared ownership of decisions, actively involving all voices. It requires continuous dialogue that is adaptive and inclusive. Understanding before being understood is key. Inclusive spaces where people feel welcome, which are accessible and made for collaboration. It requires a long-term vision and planning to ensure impact is achieved, and clear feedback loops that show members how their contributions are valued and used. To put principles into practice and engaging for lasting sustainability impact, start with building the foundation. Begin with what, who, and why. What do you want to accomplish? Why do you want to accomplish this? Who is your community? And what are their motivations and needs? In TU Delft, we have sustainability goals for our campus to become carbon neutral, circular, climate adaptive, while contributing to the quality of life and demonstrating campus as a living lab. We do this to pave the way for the society to reach sustainability goals, and everyone on the campus is part of our community. Then tailor engagement to your specific audience. Involve them in co-design and ensure the spaces you use are welcoming and inclusive, both physical and digital. Then set a mutually beneficial direction. Set SMART goals so the path forward is clear and progress can be measured. At the same time, invest in awareness and education, since many still lack foundational knowledge about sustainability. Communicating clearly and consistently builds the foundation for action. Then get into action, encouraging participation through grassroots initiatives and citizen science. When people collect data or take part in local initiatives, they not only contribute knowledge, but also feel empowered and responsible for change. Begin with pilots, learn what works, refine, and then scale. Last but not least, ensure commitment. Lasting impact requires continuity. Secure funding, partnerships, and human resources, so efforts don't fade after initial enthusiasm. As an example, at TU Delft, we are co-designing sustainability in education by empowering our students, staff, and teachers, opening conversations on our shared vision, building on our community's strengths and creativity, growing through lectures, challenges, serious games, volunteering, and collaborative learning. Empowering changemakers in our community ensures it's not a top-to-bottom, one-size-fits-all solution, but an organic, engaging, growing movement that follows real dynamics and needs. In the end, you cannot be truly sustainable without people. Sustainable change requires people, and people need to feel seen and heard. Community engagement is not just a nice-to-have, but a core strategy for any sustainable organization.